Good morning from the Hilton Doubletree in Sighisoara, Romania. First glimpses of the old town are absolutely adorable, as you can see out my window here at the hotel. Beautiful cathedral on the top of the hillside, and a lot of colorful buildings down there in the old town, so I can't wait to get outside and check it out. So I'm definitely going to be enjoying a day of leisurely sightseeing around the very small town here of Sighisoara. Should be a lot to see and do, thankfully, in a very small space. And then I can at least have a relaxing day, not having to jump on a bus and waste most of my time on transit. I'm gonna really just try to enjoy today and enjoy the amenities of the hotel as well. And then leave early tomorrow morning back to Brașov to check out the Bran Castle and then onward to Bucharest.
All right, sitting down to one of the most dismal buffets I've had in a long time. There's like flies all over the food. This is not Hilton quality, but it is what it is. There's literally flies all over the food at the serving station. And nowhere to be found, no service at all. Terrible, terrible, terrible experience so far at the Doubletree.
Beautiful views of the Orthodox Cathedral across the small little river that runs through the community here. I think it was called the Târnava River, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, very beautiful Romanian Orthodox church right across the way. Very similar in style to some of the Bulgarian churches that I saw when I was there about 12 years back. You can see all the different colorful houses along the riverfront in the distance. It is a sweltering day though today. It's about 32 degrees, but I am enjoying some time outside in the sunshine. I guess they could use some cleanup here and there, but overall, beautiful city. One of the most scenic churches that I've seen in a long time. It's a pretty gorgeous place, a lot of flower beds, and definitely some very colorful buildings pretty much everywhere. Gonna head over to the Citadel now. About a 500-meter walk to the staircase that leads up the hill. Also gonna check out a local cafe. It's not too far away from here. So yeah, I got a little bit of a late start today, but I absolutely needed to rest. It's been a long couple of days, so I don't regret it. It's a Sunday. Perfect day to relax. Looks like there's a few people out and about enjoying the sights. It's definitely a tourist trap, but it is colorful and beautiful, with the exception of this parking lot that's kind of obstructing my view. So definitely a very colorful place. Tons of tourists here today. And here's the staircase that leads up to the clock tower. I'm going to head up there in a bit. First, coffee. See, a lot of these windows have hanging plants. Really beautiful. Definitely a very charming and atmospheric small town here if you're looking for a relaxing getaway in Romania. Definitely more subdued than Brașov and a lot smaller. Very walkable. It's only about 1 kilometer, 20 minutes across at a leisurely pace. Very beautiful place though. See the umbrellas, vines along the wall here. So Sighisoara is a true Saxon town, so dates back to the 12th century, I believe. Very cool. And they've definitely beautified it with so many different colors on all of the storefronts in the old town. And this is just the edge of it. I'm not even really in it yet. I still have to climb the staircase into the Citadel to see the oldest parts. So definitely beautiful though. Gonna go track down the coffee shop. It seems nowhere to be found at this point. And you can see all these vine-covered walls really give a beautiful atmosphere to this place, along with these umbrellas above the street. I'm gonna go check out this Old Town Coffee. Didn't read about this one, but it's in this cute little old mansion. Looks pretty cute. Let's see what they got. All right, I just found their terrace seating here. Actually, she led me to it. I was kind of oblivious to this, but this is their terrace. Cute. It's got these patterned mosaic tables and a lot of, Dracula vibes given the Transylvania location of this place. And a nice enough view overlooking towards the street. It is a bit sunny though, and I am very hot, but they've agreed to make me an iced Americano. I am just sweltering though, everybody, so I'm looking forward to this iced Americano to cool down a little bit. It is absolutely muggy and disgusting outside, 32 degrees minimum, really hot. Probably the hat doesn't help, but I don't want to burn myself too badly. So that was somewhat entertaining. The barista had never heard of an iced Americano before, so not quite the amount of ice I'm looking for, but it'll do. So it's actually pretty inexpensive. This was only about $2 Canadian or about $1.50 US or so. It's a bit disappointing, but they don't really know how to make it, so forgiven. Ice is almost completely melted and the temperature is a bit tepid, but it'll do. We'll call it a lukewarm Americano at best. But really friendly baristas. I'm definitely not going to hold it against them that they can't get my preferred summer drink right. But yeah, definitely nice to be outside. I'm not cooling off as much as I thought I would be, given the lack of ice, but I'm not going to push it any further. She originally brought me an Americano with 1 cube of ice in it, which was cute as heck. It is what it is. But hey, when in Romania, that was cheesy. I'm heading up the staircase towards the Citadel. This brings me back to Antananarivo, Madagascar. Walking up the steep staircase with all the little shops on each side. It's quite uneven though. Gotta watch your step. A lot of souvenir stands. So a lot of beautiful roofs from up here. Not quite at the top by any stretch, but you can see some of the peaks. Hills of the Carpathians and the town of Sighisoara. So some incredible views from up here on this platform overlooking the city. You can see here is the 14th century clock tower. Purely medieval structure built in the 1300s. Very cute. Looks like it has like almost like a cuckoo clock type thing on the front of it. Really cool. And really amazing views over Sighisoara. Better than I expected it would be, actually. And a lot smaller than I expected, so that's actually a good thing. It's very navigable on foot, which is perfect. And again, that amazing clock tower, the icon of the city. Lots of colorful buildings up here, though it is a bit marred by the souvenir stands pretty much everywhere. And the crowds. So apart from the incessant tourist hordes and souvenir stalls, this is actually quite the atmospheric place. It is ruined though by the, commercial aspect of it. This over here is the Casa Vlad Dracula, or the restaurant at least, and the house basically where it's rumored where Dracula was born. It's a bit kitschy. A lot of tourist crap devoted to the Dracula legend. But yeah, you can't take my eyes off of this clock tower. Absolutely beautiful. Definitely Germanic, not necessarily resembling anything from Eastern Europe necessarily, but definitely has that Saxon element to it. Man, this place is touristy. It's a bit unforgivable in that respect. The covered stairways over there, I'm going to head up to the top of the next hill in a little while. But first, I'm going to head down here towards the Catholic Church, which is right ahead of me, right down the road. So there is one positive element here. If you do get far enough away from the main plaza, you can find yourself some empty streets that are just effortlessly charming. Beautiful color and not a soul on the road. So this is Sighisoara at its most beautiful. Heading down towards the covered staircase now, which is about 300 meters ahead of me. Really beautiful cobblestone streets. You can see that if you get away from all the tourist drama where all the carts are and everything else, near the clock tower, there are still a few back roads that you can enjoy over here. It is beautiful. I mean, there's a reason why the tourists are coming here. It's incredibly atmospheric here. Flowers in the windows and everything else. Really beautiful. All right, I'm making my way towards the covered staircase over there to head up to the church on the hill, which is actually its name. Definitely worth coming out to Sighisoara though, if you are in the area. It was a nice little side trip from Brasov, so I highly recommend it. If you're gonna go to Brasov anyway, make the added trip, come out to see Sighisoara. All right, so this is the entrance to the covered staircase. Looks like it was built in 1642, and it heads up to the church on the hill at the top. All right, I'm heading up. I've made it up to the top, completely out of breath, and it's nice and green up here and cool. Beautiful views down into the valley below. It's nice and cool on top of the hill. I'm actually enjoying it a bit better than down in the sweltering heat and direct sunlight below. All right, so this is the evangelical church on the hill, built in the 13th to 14th centuries. It's got a wide edifice. And over here's another turret, which marks the corners of the Citadel, basically. The old watchtowers to defend the Citadel from attack. All right, I'm heading down the covered stairway once again. Good time to cool off. The temperature is probably 10 degrees cooler inside of here. Takes about 3 minutes to walk up or down. All right, that's pretty much all she wrote. So I've re-emerged here into the tourist trap that is the center of Sighisoara. But it was really nice to come up here and enjoy some of the sights. But I hate tourist traps, so I mean, how could you? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. One last look at the beautiful clock tower. Heading through it now, on my way down the staircase towards the lower part of Sighisoara. I believe this would be the main entrance to the Citadel as well. Whew, lots of souvenir shops, oh my goodness. This coffee shop is extremely cute, and I found an espresso and tonic, which is kind of a specialty drink in North America, so very happy to find it here in Europe and give it a shot. Oh my goodness, it's incredible. Perfect drink on a hot day. Literally one of the best drinks. Wow. All right, I'm heading back to the hotel. That was an amazing espresso and tonic. Definitely check out the Bean specialty coffee if you come down to Sighisoara. And my hotel is right there in the distance, so everything's pretty close together here. It's fairly easy to sightsee. I don't know if I'd recommend the Doubletree Hilton. I mean, it's not a terrible hotel by any stretch, but it's definitely not Hilton standards. So I do foresee they probably will lose their franchise at some point in the future. However, it's okay. It's just okay. I mean, if you're going to stay there, just know what you're getting yourself into. That it's not necessarily going to be the same Hilton standards that you're used to in North America. It's definitely rough around the edges. There's a lot of, I guess, worn elements to it. And some beautiful views of the Orthodox Church as I approach my hotel right here. So yeah, absolutely convenient. And it's good to know I can go right outside the building. Google Maps told me to go kind of convoluted route on the main streets to get to the old town. But you can pretty much cut right across through the back end parking lot of the hotel and be at the center of all the action within a 5-minute walk. So perfect location. But again, some amazing views across the river of the Romanian Orthodox Church. Very, very impressive building.